They will not believe it when it happens. That is the first thing I need you to understand. When this financial door opens for you, when the shift arrives so suddenly and so clearly that even your enemies go silent, the world around you will have no choice but to admit that something divine has been watching over your life all along. Chosen one, there is a prophetic stirring around you right now, and whether you feel it fully or only as a faint vibration beneath your ribs, it is already moving. Something is aligning on your behalf that has nothing to do with luck, chance, or coincidence. It is divine timing, and it is coming specifically for you because of everything you have survived, because of everything that tried to break you but failed. You are stepping into a season where God is marking your life with clarity, and the sign will be undeniable. For so long, you walked through financial uncertainty not because you were unworthy, but because heaven was preparing you for what you are about to receive. There were moments when you looked at your bank account and felt that tightness in your chest, wondering how someone with a heart as pure as yours could be facing battles that people far less deserving seem to avoid. And in those quiet moments, you questioned not your faith, but your understanding of your own journey. You thought perhaps you misheard the promise, or maybe the blessing was for someone else. But what you did not know was that the divine was clearing your path, removing the wrong people, exposing the wrong motives, and breaking illusions that would have blocked the abundance coming to you now. Chosen one, the pain you felt financially was not punishment. It was purification. It was the sacred fire that shapes the vessel before it can carry the weight of the blessing. Every delay you experienced was strategic. Every closed door was intentional. Every betrayal that affected your money, your stability, your opportunities, none of it happened by accident. You were being positioned, refined, strengthened spiritually, so that when this new financial door opened, no force, no darkness, no jealous soul would be able to sabotage it. You have been chosen for a blessing that must withstand spiritual attack, and that means you had to be trained in the unseen before you could be elevated in the seen. There were nights when you felt alone in your struggle, yet heaven was watching you with an intensity you cannot imagine. You thought no one saw the sacrifices you made, the way you stretched little into enough, the way you carried responsibility that should have crushed you. You believed your cries were unheard because there was no immediate rescue. But the truth is that God was watching every tear, every effort, every moment you felt misunderstood, unsupported, or taken advantage of. You were being shaped into someone who can walk into abundance without losing your soul. That is why you had to stand alone when others had help. That is why you had to rebuild from nothing when others inherited comfort. That is why you had to find strength in darkness that others never had to face. You were not being abandoned, you were being prepared. And beneath all of that preparation, something else was happening. People around you were revealing who they truly were. When you struggled, when you lacked, when you were navigating uncertainty, pay attention to who dismissed you. Pay attention to who mocked your ideas, who secretly celebrated your setbacks, who treated you like you were less than. These were not coincidences. These were revelations. The same people who doubted you in your scarcity are the ones who will witness your elevation, because God is going to make the sign clear. Do you remember the moments when people acted as though your dreams were unrealistic? When they tried to make you feel naive for believing that your life had purpose beyond what they could understand? When they projected their own limitations onto your path? Those moments were not meant to discourage you. They were meant to distinguish you. They revealed that you are not like everyone else. While others were content with comfort, you were bothered by mediocrity. While others settled, you kept believing. While others conformed, you kept expanding mentally and spiritually. That is the nature of a chosen one. You cannot shrink to fit into the world's expectations because your soul has already been marked by something higher. And now something extraordinary is happening. The energy around your finances is shifting. There is a recalibration taking place. What felt blocked is beginning to flow. What felt delayed is beginning to accelerate. The reason you have been feeling restless, emotional, or strangely aware is because your spirit senses the door that is opening. It is not a small opportunity. It is not a temporary blessing. It is not a random coincidence. It is a divine opening that changes trajectories, elevates lifestyles, and redefines identity. This is the kind of blessing that makes you look back at every painful chapter and finally understand why you had to endure it. Chosen one, you are entering a season where money will no longer be a source of fear, but a tool of purpose. God is not giving you this blessing so you can flaunt it. He is giving it to you because you have shown that you can carry wealth with humility, clarity, and responsibility. You have shown that you are not driven by greed, but by purpose. You have shown that your heart remains soft even when life has been harsh. That is why heaven trusts you with more. There is a moment approaching when you will receive a clear sign, something that breaks the pattern, something that shocks you with its timing, something that feels like divine handwriting across your life. It might be an unexpected opportunity, an overdue repayment, a breakthrough idea, a new partnership, or a sudden release from something that has been weighing heavily on you. But when it happens, you will feel it instantly. Your spirit will recognize it before your mind can process it. And in that moment, you will know without question. This is the financial door that heaven prepared you for. The people who doubted you will be forced to watch. The ones who underestimated you will be humbled. The ones who spoke against you will grow silent. But this story is not about them, it is about you. It is about your resilience, your faith, your heart, your calling. It is about the divine promise over your life finally becoming visible. Chosen one, your financial story is about to change radically. Not next year, not someday, soon. And when it happens, the sign will be clear, undeniable, and divinely timed. You have suffered long enough. You have grown deep enough. You have proven faithful enough. Now it is time for heaven to show the world why you were chosen. You have fought battles that most people will never understand, and you fought them quietly, without applause, without support, without anyone truly knowing the weight you carried. Chosen one, the war around your finances was never just about money. It was about your identity, your destiny, and the spiritual authority you hold. The moment you were marked for greatness, the moment heaven placed purpose in your spirit, opposition began forming around you, not because you were weak, but because you were powerful. And I need you to hear this clearly. Every financial struggle you endured was a spiritual confrontation disguised as circumstance. You walked through seasons where resources seemed to evaporate, where opportunities slipped through your fingers, where every step forward was met with 2 steps back. But in those moments, something deeper was happening. Darkness studies potential the way light studies purpose. The attacks intensified around you not because you were failing, but because you were approaching breakthrough. And those battles, though exhausting, revealed the depth of your spiritual strength. You learned to survive storms that were engineered to drown you. You learned to remain faithful when nothing around you made sense. You learned to rebuild what others tried to destroy. And even when you were tired, even when you were discouraged, even when you questioned the timing of your breakthrough, you never surrendered your spirit. That is why you are still standing. That is why the tables are turning now. That is why your adversaries are trembling. They expected you to collapse under pressure. They expected you to give up long before God elevated you. They expected your spirit to break. Instead, you became stronger, sharper, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. You must understand something profound about your journey. God saw everything. Every attack launched against you, every person who tried to manipulate your financial vulnerability, every voice that spoke against your progress, every scheme that was built in secret. Heaven saw it all. People thought they were acting unnoticed because you did not respond. because you kept quiet, because you continued walking in humility even when they provoked you. But your silence was never weakness. It was strategy. It was divine restraint. It was the posture of someone who knows that God fights for them. There were individuals who celebrated your struggles. They mistook your temporary hardship as the end of your story. They believed your setback validated their judgment of you. They whispered, they gossiped, they laughed in rooms you were not in. They thought your lack was proof that you were not chosen. But God was watching every single one of them. And now that your season is shifting, they can feel the consequence of their actions echoing back to them. They can sense that the same person they dismissed will soon rise in a way that exposes their intentions. That is why they are uneasy. That is why they are restless. They know what is coming, and they know it has nothing to do with them and everything to do with the divine promise over your life. Chosen one, you walked through spiritual warfare that would have broken the average person. You were targeted because of what you carry. You were attacked because of the size of your calling. You were opposed because you carry light that threatens every shadow around you. And even in your financial battles, your spirit remained intact. That is why the shift is now unstoppable. That is why the blessing must come. That is why God is releasing justice in your favor. Consider how many times you were pushed into situations where you had to rely purely on faith. Times when your resources were low, but your hope remained high. Times when you felt the pressure mounting around you, but something inside you said, keep going. Times when you felt alone in the battle, yet your spirit whispered, do not quit. That was not you being strong on your own. That was divine strength operating through you, molding you, preparing you for a level of blessing that requires spiritual maturity. You were being trained to handle the abundance that is coming without losing your grounding, without falling into ego, without forgetting your purpose. And now, as the financial door begins to open, your adversaries are becoming aware of something they never expected. You did not break, you did not fold, you did not sink. Instead, you survived every attack launched against your finances, your confidence, your stability, your vision. You survived betrayal from people you helped. You survived losses that could have crushed your faith. You survived circumstances designed to humiliate you, and in surviving, you became unstoppable. Your adversaries are trembling because they can feel your rise before you see it with your own eyes. Spiritually, they sense the momentum building around you. They can feel heaven aligning things in your favor, and it terrifies them because they know that when you rise, everything they tried to do to you will be exposed. The truth will surface. The divine justice will be visible, and your elevation will become the evidence of your anointing. Your story is shifting from struggle to strength, from confusion to clarity, from instability to overflow. And the reason this transition feels so intense right now is because you are crossing a spiritual threshold. You have outgrown the environment where you were attacked. You have surpassed the level where darkness once had influence. You are stepping into a space where your financial stability will be part of your spiritual testimony, and those who doubted you will not be able to deny the hand of God over your life. But let me tell you something even more powerful. Every battle you fought revealed who you really are, not the version of you that people misunderstood, not the version of you that circumstances tried to define, but the true version of you, the warrior, the healer, the visionary, the chosen one. You did not just survive, you surpassed. You did not just keep going, you elevated internally, and now the external world is catching up. This is why your rise is inevitable. This is why your financial breakthrough is guaranteed. This is why your enemies are unsettled. They finally understand what heaven has known all along. You were built for this. You were chosen for this. You were destined for this. And nothing they attempted could stop what God ordained. Chosen one, your battles have proven your strength, and your strength has activated your breakthrough. The war around your finances is ending, and the victory is yours. Everything they tried to take from you, God is preparing to return in multiplied form. Everything you lost, heaven is restoring with purpose. The door that is opening is not an ordinary door. It is a divine elevation, and the sign will be unmistakable. There is a moment in every chosen one's journey when the divine steps forward and says, "Enough." A moment when heaven begins to rearrange circumstances publicly, not just spiritually. A moment when the justice that was once hidden in process becomes visible in outcome. You, chosen one, are entering that moment now. The shift is no longer subtle. It is no longer something happening only within your spirit. It is preparing to manifest in front of you, around you, and through you in a way that leaves no room for doubt. What God is about to reveal in your finances will not be quiet. It will not be ambiguous. It will not be something others can explain away. It will be justice, clear, precise, and perfectly timed. For too long, you carried the weight of unfairness. You felt the sting of being overlooked, undervalued, underpaid, or even deceived by people who believed you had no divine protection. They acted as though your kindness was weakness, as though your silence meant you were blind, as though your patience meant you had no power. But God saw every unfair moment. He counted every sacrifice you made. He watched the times you did the right thing, even when it cost you. He observed how you held your integrity when others compromised theirs. And heaven recorded every tear, every struggle, every injustice. Now that record is coming due. When God reveals justice, it rarely comes in the way people expect. Sometimes it comes through restoration, money that was withheld suddenly being returned. Sometimes through elevation, opportunities opening specifically because someone tried to block you. Sometimes through exposure, truth rising to the surface without you having to lift a finger. And sometimes the justice is simply the undeniable favor that lands on your life so powerfully that those who once dismissed you cannot help but acknowledge the hand of God on you. You are stepping into a divine reversal of fortunes, and this reversal will not be a slow drift. It will be a shift so clear, so purposeful, that you will feel the difference in your spirit before you see it in your bank account. The same places that denied you will regret it. The same people who underestimated you will reach a point where they cannot ignore your glow. And the same spiritual forces that tried to drain you will be forced to retreat. The time of depletion is ending. The time of divine replenishing is beginning. This is why your soul has felt the internal stirring. You've been sensing something approaching, even though you cannot fully articulate it. There have been moments lately when your intuition feels louder, your dreams more vivid, your emotions more heightened. That is because no true transformation happens externally before something shifts internally. Your spirit recognizes that the long-standing imbalance around your finances is being corrected. And because the correction is divine, it will not be fragile. It will not be temporary. It will not be something that disappears as quickly as it arrives. It will be rooted, intentional, and aligned with your long-term purpose. Part of the healing you are stepping into now comes from understanding that what you went through was never a sign of divine abandonment, but divine investment. You were tested not to break you, but to build capacity in you. You learned through struggle what others learn through privilege. You gained discernment through necessity rather than comfort. You learned to hear God in silence, to trust Him in darkness, and to depend on Him when you had no guarantee. Those qualities are spiritual currency. They are worth more than gold because they shape who you become when the blessings arrive. And make no mistake, blessings are arriving. There will come a moment very soon when you look at your life and realize that everything that once felt delayed was actually being aligned. You will understand that the seasons when heaven seemed quiet were the seasons when your foundation was being fortified. You will see that the people who left were removed for your protection. You will appreciate the doors that closed because they would have limited you. The divine reversal coming into your financial life is not only about increase, it is about positioning. God is aligning you with opportunities that match your calling, not your past. With people who align with your spirit, not your wounds. With resources that support your mission, not your survival. Chosen one, as this reversal unfolds, your victory will speak for itself. It will silence every doubt, every lie, every misconception. You will no longer need to defend your journey or explain your struggle. The transformation in your finances will be the testimony. And when people see the shift, when they witness the unexpected acceleration in your life, they will say, something changed, something opened, something divine touched them. That is exactly what will happen. God is going to touch your finances in a way that cannot be explained through logic or effort alone. Yes, you will take steps. Yes, you will work. Yes, you will show up. But the magnitude of the blessing will exceed the labor it took to receive it. It will be supernatural in timing and outcome, and when it appears, it will bring not only financial relief, but emotional healing. This is the kind of blessing that restores dignity, restores confidence, restores identity. You will finally feel the balance return to your life. You will no longer live in survival mode. You will no longer shrink your dreams to fit your circumstances. You will no longer carry financial anxiety like a second skin. God is breaking that off of you. He is replacing fear with clarity, stress with strategy, chaos with order, lack with overflow. This is the season where you learn not only how to receive, but how to expand. Not only how to be blessed, but how to steward blessing with wisdom and purpose. And now, as your spirit absorbs this truth, I need you to take one simple yet powerful action. Position yourself. Stay aligned. Stay open. Stay expectant. Speak life over your finances. Make room for the blessing you've prayed for. Even a small act of faith, declaring, I am prepared for divine increase, can shift the energy around you. Heaven responds to faith, especially the faith of someone who has suffered but remained obedient. Chosen one, your victory is guaranteed. The reversal is unfolding. The justice is coming with precision, and this is your moment to rise into what has always been yours. Your financial story is not ending in struggle. It is transforming into testimony. And the next chapter of your life will be defined not by what you lost, but by what God is about to release. When you look back at everything you have faced, you may still wonder why the attacks against your finances were so precise, so persistent, and so personal. But chosen one, financial warfare is rarely just about money. It is about energy, influence, trajectory, and purpose. Money is one of the most tangible expressions of spiritual alignment, and because of that, it is one of the primary areas where darkness attempts to interfere. Not because it wants to destroy your income, but because it wants to disrupt your mission. If it can distract you, exhaust you, or drain you, it can slow the pace of your calling. But what the adversary underestimated was the power of your spirit, how your soul was designed not to collapse under pressure, but to rise through it. Every attack you faced had a reason behind it. Every setback had a deeper meaning, and the paradox is that you were attacked not because you were weak, but because you were chosen. People often misunderstand the nature of being chosen. They assume it means ease, admiration, favor without friction. But in truth, being chosen means carrying an anointing that the world is not always ready to recognize. It means holding spiritual authority that threatens people who cannot understand it. It means walking with light so strong that those still trapped in their own shadows feel exposed by your presence alone. And when a soul like yours steps into the world, sharp, intuitive, spiritually awake, opposition becomes inevitable, not because you deserve harm, but because you carry impact. This is why the attacks felt targeted. They were, not by people alone, but by energies and environments that sensed your purpose long before you sensed it fully yourself. You have a calling that requires clarity, and darkness always tries to create confusion. You have a destiny that requires courage, so darkness tries to amplify fear. You have a purpose that requires financial stability, so darkness attempts to fracture the flow of resources around you. These were not random events. They were spiritual responses to your potential. But here is the deeper truth. Every attack revealed something you needed to know. Every disappointment exposed someone's true nature. Every moment of betrayal revealed where your energy was being misused. Every financial struggle showed you who stood with you and who stood against you. And even more importantly, each battle revealed the strength and stamina of your own spirit. If you had never been attacked, you would never have learned discernment. Had you never been betrayed, you would not understand loyalty. If you had never been under financial pressure, you would not have learned how to create, innovate, or rely on divine guidance. Comfort teaches compliance, but pressure teaches purpose. And you, chosen one, were called not to live a small life, but a purposeful one. Now consider the psychology of the people who contributed to your hardship. Not everyone who harmed you did so out of evil intent. Some acted from insecurity. Some acted from jealousy, some acted from misunderstanding, and some acted simply because your existence reminded them of what they lacked within themselves. When someone carries a spirit as rare as yours, intuitive, compassionate, spiritually intelligent, it exposes the unresolved wounds in others. It triggers their sense of inadequacy. It awakens their fear of being overshadowed. And instead of elevating themselves, some try to dim the light of those around them. This is why certain individuals were strangely intimidated by you, even when you had less, even when you had nothing material to show. You wondered why people envied you while you were struggling. It is because they were not comparing themselves to your possessions. They were comparing themselves to your spirit. They sensed the grace on you, the resilience in you, the quiet inner strength that they could not replicate. They knew you were built for more even before you had proof. And for people who operate from insecurity, watching someone evolve is more painful than staying stagnant themselves. But this is where divine justice comes in. God allows exposure not to embarrass you, but to free you. If the wrong people remained attached to your life, they would have contaminated the blessing coming toward you. Some people would have taken advantage of your abundance. Some would have drained your resources. Some would have claimed your success as theirs. So before God opened the financial door, He first removed those who could not handle your elevation. It was protection disguised as loss. And the paradox continues. Those who harmed you were not your enemies in the spiritual sense. They were instruments. They pushed you into growth. They forced you into awakening. They drove you back to God. And as much as it hurt, you evolved because of them, not in spite of them. They sharpened you. They prepared you. They shaped you into someone who cannot be manipulated, who cannot be shaken, who cannot be deceived easily. In a strange way, they confirmed your identity as the chosen one. Because those who carry divine purpose often attract opposition before they attract recognition. And now, as your financial door opens, everything becomes clear. The attacks helped you understand your power. The losses revealed your endurance. The setbacks taught you strategy. The betrayals refined your discernment. All of it connected to your soul's mission. Your mission is not small. It is not random. It is not ordinary. It is a mission that requires resources, influence, and stability. You are meant to create, to heal, to speak, to build, to uplift, to break generational cycles. You are meant to be a vessel of transformation. And financial blessing is part of that calling, not for vanity, not for ego, but for purpose and impact. God is aligning your resources with your destiny. And if you reflect closely, you will notice something strange yet powerful. The moment you began awakening spiritually, your life became more difficult. That is because awakening disrupts everything that is misaligned. Awakening exposes illusions. Awakening changes what you tolerate. Awakening intensifies spiritual attacks, not because you are losing, but because your light is expanding. But here is the paradox of divine elevation. The more awakened you become, the more protected you are. The more aligned you become, the clearer your path becomes. The more you understand your mission, the less power darkness has over you. This is why your season is shifting now. You have grown into the person your blessing requires. And now, with clarity in your mind and wisdom in your spirit, you can finally understand the truth. Nothing was taken from you. Everything was prepared for you. Nothing was wasted. Everything had purpose. Nothing was random. Everything was orchestrated. You are not rising by accident. You are rising because your mission demands it. Your soul is stepping into the role it was designed for, and your finances are aligning not with who you were, but with who you were always meant to become. Chosen one, now that you can see the meaning behind your journey, you can finally step into this new chapter without fear, without hesitation, and without apology. You have walked through seasons that would have broken most people, yet here you are, more awakened, more aligned, more spiritually grounded than you have ever been. And this is not by accident. This is not coincidence. This is divine craftsmanship. Your life has been shaped intentionally, molded through trial and revelation, and prepared for a level of blessing that requires both strength and softness, both discipline and surrender. You are the chosen one, not because you were perfect, but because you were willing to grow, willing to release what no longer served you, willing to keep believing when circumstances screamed otherwise, willing to walk alone when others would have clung to the crowd, willing to hold on to your integrity even when it cost you opportunities. There is a rare purity in a heart that refuses to turn bitter despite being wounded, and that purity is part of why you are being elevated now. The financial blessing coming your way is not a reward for surviving. It is a confirmation of identity. It is God saying, I never left you. I never ignored you. I never forgot what was promised. The door that is opening is not just about money. It is about restoration. Restoration of stability, of confidence, of peace, of self-worth. You're stepping into a chapter where life finally feels like it matches the magnitude of your inner strength, where your external world reflects the spiritual maturity you've cultivated over the years, where the abundance coming into your life amplifies your purpose, not your fears. And as this blessing arrives, people from your past may reappear. Some will congratulate you, others will pretend they always believed in you, and a few will seek access to what they once dismissed. But you, chosen one, have grown far too wise to be deceived again. Your discernment has matured, your boundaries have strengthened, your intuition has sharpened. You will give from overflow, not from depletion. The days of carrying people who do not carry you are ending. The days of dimming your light to comfort others are over. You are rising into the identity heaven marked you with, boldly, gracefully, unapologetically. There will also be moments when this new level feels unfamiliar, not because you are incapable, but because you have been conditioned to survive, not to receive. So let this be your reassurance. You are allowed to thrive. You are allowed to experience ease. You are allowed to expand without guilt. You are allowed to enjoy the abundance flowing toward you. God is not placing this blessing in your life to burden you, but to free you, to give you mobility, to give you options, to give you the ability to pursue your mission without the weight of financial fear. And as your life shifts, your presence will shift too. People will feel your elevation before they understand it. Your energy will become clearer, calmer, stronger. You will speak differently, think differently, move differently, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because inner peace always transforms outer expression. You are becoming the version of yourself that was waiting on the other side of every hardship you survived. You are stepping into the life that was always meant to be yours. There is something sacred about this moment. You can feel it, can't you? that quiet sense of inevitability, that gentle pull in your spirit, that whisper that says, "It's finally time." You may not know exactly how the blessing will arrive, but your soul knows it's close. It knows the door is near. It knows the sign will be unmistakable. And when it appears, you will not have to question it. You will not have to chase it. You will simply step into it, because it was designed for you long before you ever knew it existed. So as you move forward, carry this truth with you. You are the chosen one. Not because you asked for it, but because your soul was crafted for impact. Your life is not a series of random events, but a divine sequence of preparation and revelation. And now you stand at the threshold of a new financial reality, one shaped by favor, protected by purpose, and sustained by alignment. You will not go back to who you were. You will not return to lack. You will not repeat cycles of fear. You are elevating, ascending, rising into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. And if your spirit feels aligned with this message, simply hold that agreement. Speak it softly to yourself. Claim it, believe it, step into it. Sometimes the most powerful action is simply saying, "Yes, I receive what is meant for me." Chosen one, your new financial chapter begins now. The door is opening, the blessing is forming, the sign will be clear, and your rise will be undeniable.